Welcome, beloved hearts. This is Anrita Melchizedek, and I'd like to share with you an introduction on a new masterclass and actually practitioner training that I'm very excited about at this moment, called the New Earth Quantum Healing Activations. And this first one is actually called the Divinity Codes and the Golden Sun Temple of Isis. So I think a good starting point is actually to understand essentially what is New Earth and what is quantum healing, and how do we actually experience all of this and deepen into simply being the light of God that we are upon this sacred earth. So New Earth, I find, is sometimes quite confusing in terms of the meaning and in terms of also what's been presented previously. If you have a look and you Google for New Earth, you'll see there's a lot of biblical stuff out there, and of course most people are also familiar with Eckhart Tolle and his New Earth book that he wrote, and also there are a lot of people that have a misunderstanding or essentially imagine that we are going to ascend onto some new earth and leave the old earth, and in a way we do, but not quite in the same way that many are sharing, where all those people in your reality dissolve or they're no longer there, or we're going to be beamed up and live on another planet altogether. So essentially New Earth is really that frequency and energy of divine love, unity, consciousness, community, and abundance in every area of our lives, and we deepen into that, or rather expand into that, through dissolving and collapsing the lower timelines, those 3D, 4D timelines, to be centered in this each and every now moment through that heart of love. That is essentially what it is, but it's just the first stage, because that is our spiritual ascension, when we are expanding the consciousness and we are increasing our frequency and vibration through doing a lot of that deep clearing work that we move into within the physical body, and of course around the body through the particular emotions and thoughts, feelings and actions that we've played out in misqualified frequencies and energies, and all that we call the density of the physical body. And so to become our beautiful soul light that we have always been, and to experience it physically in form, we experience a lot of these physical body upgrades and DNA activations, and we move into the pockets of density within each subatomic particle within the body, in order to clear that, in order to clear that trauma, in order to clear that misqualified energy, the victim persecutor consciousness, the judgment, the blame. Everything initially for us as we are awakening is still outside of us, and we awaken and remember, and the ego, the human aspect, is awakening. That's that first stage. And when that is occurring, everything is still outside of us, all our soul aspects. And of course, we draw to upon many of the illumined beings of light from on high, because they can assist us to expand our frequency, to elevate our consciousness. But the next stage for us is to be doing it ourselves. So in that initial stage, as we're awakening, we're moving through a huge amount of clearing work. And also we have to shift how we've been working and how we've been looking at life. There's a whole new set of rules when we become multidimensional. So we could say New Earth, to come back to the understanding of that. New Earth is both a state of consciousness, but it's also a very physical reality, when we can bring our body or pull our body into New Earth through clearing all that trauma and all that pain within the cellular memories, so that the structure of the physical body itself then moves from the carbon to the silica to the crystalline, and in fact even plasma. That's the energy that we move into in the frequency of New Earth, living physically upon this sacred earth. And so we start with raising the vibration of the consciousness experiencing, keeping the heart open, stepping up where we can to certainly share our love, to assist and support, and in that initial stage really just doing as much as we can through service and love while we undergo a lot of these changes. And these changes require a lot of time out, so we need this downtime, whether it's in meditation, whether it's taking time out in nature. Nature becomes very, very important for us, as well as deepening that connection into the sun, into the moon, into the land, into nature, and just continually expanding our consciousness as we deepen into that clearing. And that is why this quantum healing aspect becomes quite important, at least initially. And I want to just mention there that all healing is self-healing, and self-healing of course is self-love. So we're moving deeper into that self-love, that self-nurturing, that self-appreciation, and creating what we call initially the time for ourselves to move through this very, very deep awakening and remembering, and then integrating of our soul light, which is essentially photonic light. So we are becoming, again, the sun, the stars, the sacred all in this multiverse through recognizing that we are source consciousness. And we do this through initially coming through with the remembrance for many of us as being star seeds. Some come through with the remembrance of being angelic seeds. Others come through from the remembrance of simply being earth seeds or even star beings. And we move through each of these stages, integrating, connecting to those multidimensional aspects, clearing the lower timelines where we're also collapsing those lower timelines that no longer need to be experienced or re-experienced, and each time allowing for a greater level of that embodiment of that soul frequency and light, because essentially we are light. So we're clearing the density on the physical body, and we are going through, and this is a continuous process, these ego deaths, because each of these ego deaths then is another false belief, another judgment, another area of observing where we're holding anger or shame or blame in the body, and we're clearing it through the loving heart. As we continually expand the loving heart, we also talk about this as the aspect of our Christed light, the golden sun. So the golden sun within then not only connects us ever deeper to the energy of all the suns and sun behind the suns and central suns and great central suns, which we call Mother, Father, God in its different forms. But that source-like connection is very particular to us as our soul starts to embody and creates from within the energy of this golden sun. And the energy of this golden sun is essentially our Christed light. It is that purity, that innocence, that divinity that we are, and that is simply amplifying as we increase our frequency and vibration. So this beautiful masterclass and also practitioners training is taking us into that initial connection that we have with our beautiful soul light as the inner sun, and expanding that around the body, around the energy field, and also deepening into drawing upon frequencies that are already existing through the quantum field. This is about quantum consciousness. Everything is quantum when we start to go multidimensional, because quantum, as we know, quantum itself, the quantum field, quantum consciousness recognizes that everything is connected from the tiniest subatomic particle to this multiverse. We all connected through the heart of love, and that all is love. And it's really just the distortions that are played out through perceived separation and the veils of illusion, the veils of amnesia that create that perceived sense of separateness, and of course all those denser frequencies that go with it. So the quantum healing then allows us to draw to us, we could say, all that we need in any given now moment through different frequencies that are available within that quantum field of consciousness and light. And in this, what we're drawing to us is many of the crystalline cities, temples of light, inner plane ashrams, and so much more that we can experience and build within our body and energy field to amplify our frequency, along with the overlighting of many of the illumined beings that are also available for us and to assist us to elevate our consciousness. And in this masterclass, what we're going to do is that we're going to attune ourselves to the energy of what we call the Golden Sun Temple of Isis, which exists within the galactic center, and coming out of this beautiful vortex of this Golden Sun Temple of Light is really just the essence of these stars birthing within this multiverse and this galaxy. And we're going to re-experience, in a way, the remembrance of our divinity, our innocence, our source light, and utilize that as we expand that inner sun from within, and in the beautiful golden sun spheres through the chakras, with the assistance of Lady Isis and the overlighting of the Divine Mother that permeates all through that heart of love and embraces us within the love, is what we're all becoming. We're all becoming the Divine Mother, the feminine aspects of creation, and we utilize that as the self-healing, the self-love, the self-nurturing, to move into not only the pockets of density within in that clearing, but also to draw to us the remembrance of our timelines, of our highest light. And in this instance, we're going to deepen into that 0 point frequency and energy of ancient Egypt, drawing to us not only the energy of that golden sun as it ignites as the inner Christ from within, and working with specific Fibonacci ratios within the body itself to elevate the frequency and to then deepen into those pockets of density that we're clearing, but also using a technique that we call the Golden Sunflower of Life, a 0 point, to take us into that 0 point, and also to be working with this wonderful golden flower of life. And in ancient Egypt, this golden flower of life was one of the many sacred symbols that we actually worked with, because not only does it hold that consciousness of our multiverse and have within it so many different energy systems, such as the tree of life and the flower of life representing the keys to immortality. It's really representing a pathway of remembrance of our immortal nature, which is occurring right now as we embody in soul consciousness and become light once more. And for those that are familiar with the teachings of the halls of Amenti, we've also experienced traveling with this beautiful frequency and energy into the cold flames of the halls of Amenti, which is essentially plasma light. So what we're doing in these physical body upgrades then as we go through this is that we're going to bring through this golden sun, but also bring through the energy of this golden flower of life and expand it to around the body and energy field into a golden sun sphere and golden flower of life 54 feet in diameter around us. And all those crystalline rainbow plasma light frequencies that come through from the sun and also from our inner Christ, we're going to experience those light codes activating in this beautiful masterclass that we invite you to come and join us. In addition to that, we're also going to have practitioners trainings. We're going to then also do another 2-hour Zoom session on this practitioner training following this 2-hour masterclass mini course. And so we invite you then to consider joining us for that too, and we will receive a workbook and how to present it along with the guided visualization, and we'll go deeper and deeper into so much of this new earth energy and frequency activations, as well as what you can do and create for your own beautiful light tribe and your own sharings. So just to sum this all up, it's just such an incredible moment in time that we are all experiencing all that we are as these flames of divinity and the light of God. And you're invited to join us in these 2 live Zoom sessions that are also co-hosted with Lorraine Gailey of New Earth One network, and together we will also be sharing this beautiful space of deepening understanding of these New Earth quantum healing activations with you, and also offer you the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. And what this masterclass and what this practitioner training will assist you to do is to be able to collapse and dissolve these old timelines, emotional blocks, false beliefs and judgments as we exit the old earth and we move into new earth. It will also assist to stabilize your frequency to the vibration of new earth as we merge with many of our multidimensional selves, our higher selves, our future selves, and we start to embody just this beautiful soul-light photonic light, and also start to bring online that which we call the light body, which is essentially our physical body becoming light through the deepening connection to our soul light. And with that, we also start to rewrite the DNA. We are rewriting, recoding, activating as we just deepen into this quantum field and draw to us all that we need in each and every now moment. And that now moment is centered into that zero field consciousness of light. That's where we keep the heart open, and we're also experiencing the pineal gland activation, which is the initial part of this. So we are rewiring, recoding, and expanding our consciousness through this heart of love. And with this, we also experience all that is soul aligned to our universe as we become these new earth guides and quantum healers. So thank you so very much for this opportunity to connect with you, and we look forward to having you join us. And from my heart and to yours, and to the cosmic heart of all creation, blessings in love. Namaste.